Okay, now we're going to talk about breaks and dislocations. This one's a bit tricky because this person is going to be in a lot of pain. But the good thing is they're making a lot of noise, so you know that they're breathing. It's a good thing. As long as they're breathing, you can take a big sigh of relief. Call the ambulance, yeah? Make sure the paramedics are coming, definitely. But at least that person's breathing. Doctors can fix most things. They can reset bones, okay? They can pop shoulders in. First aiders don't do that. What we do is calm that person down. We make sure the paramedic's coming and we help the person in pain or who's injured as best we can. With dislocations, we're never going to reduce them or pop them back in. Okay, a lot of the time we on the beach get people that are body surfing, have their arm out like this, they hit the sand or they get stuck at an awkward angle and they pop out their shoulder here. Most of the time they're coming up to us like this. They're holding their elbow like this, taking the pressure off that bit that's dislocated. Okay, we're not really going to do too much for that person. If we told them to move around, it's going to cause more pain and irritation. Okay, we generally talk to that person, leave them in the position that's in the most comfort and call the paramedics. We never want to pop a dislocation back in because if you pinch a nerve or if you pinch a blood vessel, then it stops that limb from working properly and the doctors will have to undislocate that to fix the problem. So it's best to leave the dislocation, leave the person in the most comfortable position, talk to them, maybe put some ice over it if we have ice, but more importantly, make sure the paramedics are coming. With a broken leg or a broken arm, the same thing. We restrict movement, immobilize that limb, we try not to let that person walk around, we try not to move them too much, and we just talk to them. We make sure the paramedics are coming, and we're talking to them, telling them it's going to be all right, telling them the paramedics are going to come, asking them if there's anything that they need. Okay, with a broken limb or a broken arm, broken leg, what we want to do is immobilize that person. Okay, it's really important to not let that person move around. That'll aggravate the break. We want to probably put a splint maybe, or just, if we have to move them, we want to support that limb, but mainly we don't want them to move at all. As long as the paramedics are coming, they're going to help this person a lot more than we ever can. We're going to talk to them, tell them it's okay, tell them we've got the paramedics coming, but mainly immobilize that person, immobilize that limb. If we've got a broken arm here, we might pull our shirts up over the top, and that's an artificial sling. Okay, we might hold it and walk them slowly somewhere to sit down, but we want to really limit that movement, really stop that person from moving that affected limb around. Okay, immobilization is a really important practice in first aid. We're really lucky where we live. The paramedics can be here in approximately 8 to 12 minutes. Okay, so don't be afraid to call the paramedics. We're really lucky in that aspect. One big thing to remember, if someone's had spinal injuries, okay, as I said before, the doctors can fix most things, but the spine and the brain are two parts that the doctor can't fix. So in CPR, we're keeping the brain alive because if that shuts down, the doctors can't do too much. With the spine, it runs up the back here, and it's the big nervous central that passes all the messages throughout our body. If it's severed or broken somewhere, then the messages can't get down our spine, and unfortunately, the doctors can't fix that yet. So that's why with a spinal injury, what we want to do is really immobilize that person. We hold the person's head and we don't let them move at all. Okay, the ambulance will come and they'll be able to assess the situation. We can't tell if someone's actually broken a limb or a leg or a limb or broken their spine. But we always err on the side of caution and we try not to move that person as much as we can, especially with spinals. So if someone's complaining of neck pain, maybe they were body surfing and they came down, hit the sandbank, they'll have a big scratch here, big graze. Okay, we're not too worried about the graze, that can get better, but we're really worried if they've got a sore neck. What we as lifeguards would do, hold that person's head and wait. We're waiting for the paramedics because they're the professionals. They're the ones that are going to help this situation. We're going to stop that person from getting worse, and we're going to make sure that the paramedics are coming as quick as they can.